Hello, let's do connections for Saturday, August 2nd. First things first, let's hide a little Zoe, who's actually being fairly calm at the moment. Just laying in my lap like a good kitty. Alright, I'm seeing intimacy and relations. You could also have congress with somebody. This is like kind of words for, you know, being intimate with somebody. Would there be another one? Would they put that in here? I'm guessing that's what they're going for, at least. I don't see a fourth one. The Commerce Committee, Oversight Committee, these are committees in Congress. Do we have other congressional committees? I don't see them. You have the Commerce Clause in the Constitution. We have other clauses. You sanction something, you garnish their wages, is like to fine somebody. Something. I'm finding a lot of two-clue categories here. I'm not finding ones that are actually 4 clues in length, which is obviously necessary connections. You affix something, you glue it, you stick it, you adhere it. This is like to make two things connect. I'm going to try that. Okay, attach with adhesive. There you go. Foul ball strike was like, these are baseball terms, a split finger fastball. Oh, actually, maybe these are bowling terms because we have spare in here too. Spare is not a baseball term, but it's a bowling term. So you have a spare. I think it's a foul when you like maybe step over the line. Is that referred to as a foul in bowling? I'm not huge into bowling, but I think that's a thing. And then obviously a split and a strike. So I'm going to go with bowling terms here. Bowling results. We still have sanction and garnish in here. And then we also have intimacy, congress, and relations still as well. So what would be the fourth one of those? None of these other ones seem to fit. Sanction, oversight, cleave, garnish, commerce. Yeah, so I see these three, but I also see garnish, sanction, and maybe cleave is to like cut something off. But I don't see what the fourth one would be. I don't know which one oversight or commerce is going with. Those two seem to go together as like congressional committees. So I'm not sure if either one of those other two is a category because I don't see either of these two clues fitting in with either one of those. Oversight. Are we using over or sight? Are we breaking up this word? Sanction can also mean to allow, but I don't see what else would go with that. All right, I think these three go together and I think these three go together, probably. I'm not 100% sure about that. That would mean commerce and oversight are the two that are left. So which one do I think is more likely to go in this category? Because it doesn't seem like either one of them do. I guess I'm going to try commerce. Polite terms for sex. I've never heard of commerce in that way. Huh. Yeah, well, that's a new one for me. I don't really use polite terms for that. Sanction, oversight, cleave, and garnish. I get why. I don't know why oversight would be in here. Contronyms? Words that can mean opposite things. Garnish. Garnish can be to take away, or it can be like, I guess, because you can garnish a dish, you're adding something to it. Oversight. Oh, like oversight committee is the committee that oversees things, so they're like keeping an eye on something, but oversight, like you have an oversight where you missed something, okay. Sanction, you can like sanction another country where you're giving them penalties, but you can also sanction to allow. But I don't know what cleave would mean. Cleave, as far as I know, just means to like cut. What does cleave mean? Cleave definition. What's the other definition? Split or sever, to divide. But it can also mean to adhere to. I've never heard of it in that context. The example given here is part of why we cleave to sports is that excellence is so measurable. I've never heard that before in that way. I would say cling to sports. I've always heard that like cling, not cleave. Huh, that's a new one. So 2 new ones for me. Yeah, commerce being a polite term for sex, and then cleave meaning to adhere to. I've never heard that. Let's see what they give it. 3.3? They gave this harder than yesterday? There's no way. I mean, those last two were a little difficult for me to parse apart, but I mean, it didn't take me nearly as long as yesterday's did. Okay, let's check the bot. Wow, 5 out of 5 difficulty. Interesting. I didn't think it was that hard. I guess if you don't know bowling, that's going to make this pretty rough. They have words in here that don't mean things that anybody knows, and then they also have the bowling category. 1 in 19, so I think that's more unique, or less than unique than yesterday, but more unique than the ones earlier in the week. But here, yeah, yellow was the obvious one. And then bowling. If you know bowling, that one kind of is easier to get. I almost did it as a baseball one, but then I saw spare and it clicked to bowling. And then, yeah, purple and green are... I mean, when you have words in there that don't mean those things, and before anybody corrects me, I'm joking. I'm not actually disagreeing with that. Like, I looked up cleave at least. I've never used them that way. I've never heard them that way. Let's check ever. 96% getting yellow, a big drop down to blue, and then another big drop down to the other two. So yeah, it was definitely purple and green. I mean, I only got those two because I guessed. I had the most common game. And then the top 3 losing categories didn't have green or purple in them. Let's see, that's 42% of people getting either yellow or blue or just yellow. So not like yesterday where, at least when I looked at it, it was like 30% of people getting absolutely nothing. So in some ways, this one is easier, but overall, I think it's about the same amount of people that are losing. International commerce, international congress, international relations, international sanction. I can kind of see that. I could see that as a category, as a blank category. Commerce Committee, Oversight Committee, I thought of both of those, but Congress, you wouldn't have a Congress Committee. The committees are in Congress. A Sanction Committee, that would be kind of funny. I think that's just the foreign relations. Bowling terms, cleave. I think that's people trying to put together some sort of like, you know, striking category. Not strike in terms of bowling, but strike like hit to hit something. You strike something, you cleave it, you split it. Although spare doesn't really fit with that, so maybe they were thinking of it as a bowling term. I'm not sure. Cleave is a euphemism for sex? I don't think that would be a polite one. And then, yeah, another congressional committee one, possibly. I mean, they seem kind of related, but these ones would be in Congress. The congressional committees would be in Congress, so Congress wouldn't be part of congressional committees. To punish, strike, cleave, split, sanction. I can kind of see that one. A bunch of the congressional like committees and whatnot. Seem to be saying this a lot lately, where I get a perfect game, but it still feels really tough. I guess I've been good at guessing. Maybe a little lucky. And then, yeah, they're just continuing to put words in here that I've never heard before. I mean, I've obviously heard the words, but not in the way they mean them. I've never heard commerce mean polite term for sex. I've never heard cleave mean to adhere to. But anyway, if you are enjoying the videos, please leave a like, subscribe, follow, and let me know what you did today.